Today we're taking a look back at the Nokia 8.1. It was released in October 2018, but how good is it in 2023? Let's start with the build of the phone. I think that the design and the build of the phone is really nice. I love how it looks with the fingerprint sensor and the dual cameras. It's also made from glass from the back and the front. It is Gorilla Glass and it feels like a really well made phone. However, the back is from glass and it looks really nice, but it's not very good for durability. So if you drop it, it might shatter, so you probably want to use a case for this. But overall, I think it feels like a really nice phone and very well built. It's also not too heavy. It has a USB-C port and also a headphone jack. A fingerprint sensor on the back, and I really like this position. It's really fast and quick to unlock. I think it's a really nice position because you rest your finger on it and it immediately unlocks. And you can also do the swipe down for the notifications. And on the side it has the buttons, but it doesn't have the shutter key for taking a picture, which is a bit disappointing. Older Lumia phones did have those, where you could half press to focus and then fully press for a picture, but this new one doesn't have it. Most Nokia phones have really good battery life. This one is decent, not amazing, but you can get through a day. But because this phone is older, you can't expect very good battery life. It's decent, but not amazing. The screen is a 1080 by 2280 pixels, 60Hz display, so it isn't the smoothest like some newer phone, but I still think it's decent. I think the colors look good and it looks like a really nice display, but sadly it can't go too bright and that is a bit disappointing. But I think that the display looks really nice. It also has a cutout on the top. However, they have some black bars, so you can see the time. The bezels aren't extremely thin, but I think it's nice that you have something to hold on to. There's a single speaker on the bottom of the phone and it can go pretty loud, but it doesn't sound that great. It's only on the bottom and you can cover it up easily. And it doesn't have great sound quality, but it works fine. For the cameras on the back, it has a main 12 megapixel sensor and also a 13 megapixel depth sensor, which helps you get portrait mode shots. I think a depth sensor isn't really useful. The older version had a telephoto lens and this one doesn't, so that's a bit disappointing. And the photos that it takes can sometimes be really oversaturated, but I think they still look decent and you can get some really nice photos out of it. Low light photo quality is okay, but low light video quality is actually pretty decent. And as you can see, it has Zeiss optics and it can actually shoot some really nice videos in 4K. And if you want better stabilization, it can do 1080p and it will automatically enable electronic image stabilization. It also has a Pro mode, so you can use a lot of manual controls. This isn't available in video, but it's a really nice Pro mode and you can easily get all your manual controls, and the manual controls feels like a Lumia, which is really nice. The software is stock Android and I really like it. So I think the design of the software is nice and the features are nice. However, the update support has stopped, but it luckily did get an update from Android 9 all the way to 11. And you might not have the latest Android, but it can still run most apps. Speed of the phone is fine. It isn't extremely fast, but it's also not extremely slow. If you are coming from a faster phone, you can definitely notice it is a bit slower, but it's not extremely slow. And I think that this is a better option than buying a brand new cheaper phone, because you can pick the Nokia 8.1 up used for around 75 euros. And you do get a good battery life, decent cameras, a screen with not too big bezels, and the phone doesn't feel extremely slow, which some newer cheaper phones do have that issue if you buy them brand new. The performance of the phone is decent, but it's not extremely good because the specs are a Snapdragon 710. It also has 64 GB of storage and 4 GB of RAM. What do you think of this phone? Or are you still using it in 2023? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you for watching.